Okay, whatever. So today, what I want to work on is um, I have a Spotify web extension called Chorus where I try to let me see. So I have a Spotify extension called Chorus where I try to add some features that I think Spotify is missing or that I specifically want. So some of it is like setting the speed of the track or it's maybe speed for all tracks, pitch correction, adding some kind of reverb effects, like from like small to like large reverb, and some convolver, so like kick, telephone mufflers and stuff, and also being able to change the speed. I mean the seek values for tracks, which is not currently possible. It's only implemented for Spotify's podcast, where I think it's set to like 30 seconds forward, 30 seconds backwards. But I implemented it for both tracks and I guess podcast episodes, and I think it works for audiobooks too, but I haven't checked it with audiobooks. I haven't still used that feature yet. But anyways, yeah, so you can set your own custom values for it. This initially I created this extension just for the snipping part, where you only want to listen to a specific part of a song. Like maybe you want to listen from 20-second mark to 1 minute 45 seconds mark or something like that. Which was because, there's some good songs where it's like there's like a perfect section and you just want to loop it. So that's initially the the initial purpose of this app, but then I expanded and added more features, and now it's into this shape where you can actually block songs, well, auto skip songs, and there's also like a pop up for it where it has the same implementation. You can like a song, block a song, shuffle, backwards, forwards, So yeah, you have this at the ready, and there's a toggle for it, so you can turn off all the features if you wanted to, or just keep it on all the time. Doesn't matter. All right, so now purpose of the stream is trying to implement the, I guess furthering the skip song, skipping and unskipping feature, where if you have a skip song such as these are examples, but I wouldn't necessarily skip the songs. Maybe if I listen to them too much, then I want to like keep it under rotation. But so if I like, I won't start playing it. Okay, maybe I will. Let me just turn off the volume and let me start playing from here. Wait, okay. Start playing, and then maybe it comes to the next song. See how it's in the queue? I mean, it will skip it, but like, I want a way to be able to like either make this grayed out or collapse it, so it's like not there until like you an action to like expand it again, then give you the option to unblock it, or or another way is like just remove if you just remove it from the queue itself. So there would be no need to like go from here, skip like for because it'll start playing like because I've it on the timer where it plays it like every. Let me just show you here. I have song tracker. I have like It's somewhere down here. Yeah, so I have this loop timeout where every 100 milliseconds it checks if the song is skipped. So when the song ends, Hard Woods ends, and goes to smoke signals, there's like 100-second delay where it's like should if it's skipped or not. So if it's skipped, it goes to the next one, then it checks again. So it's like a short 100 milliseconds, pretty short. So it's almost like skipping it altogether, but that's 300 milliseconds in total, or more or less, before you get to the next song that's not skipped. And maybe trying to see if I can just skip that all together instead of just instead of going through all of them, all the uh, blocked songs. I just jump from here to here because that's the queue. I've tried this a couple of times before, but like Spotify's API, I mean the public one. See, it skipped. Okay, so what I really want is not to go through the steps. I just wanted to go here, and that's the queue part. So I'd have to remove it from the queue altogether. Okay, if that makes sense. So what I want, so if it's not visible in the queue, it won't have to go through this step, and I can now have this collapse, this section collapse, and then some kind of UI to have it collapse, and then if there's a section where a user wants to uncollapse it, this block section, we can, I guess, I could create another UI where it uncollapses it, and then we can have the option to untoggle it. So most of this setup makes use of let me see, observers. Like for let's say like the initial observers, like this is just for even just setting up this UI, the settings and skip songs UI. So I have an observer on this section when this is possible, and then I add these buttons. So what you want to do is now do the same thing where this, let me just say that this will only work if this queue is open, because we're going to use some unpublic section of the Spotify's API, and to access it, we need what's it called? I guess yeah, we need some values from the queue, which is possible. Okay. So now what you need to do is add an observer for the queue, just to make sure that the queue is open. You know what? First of all, let me just instead of just turning this audio off, let me turn the entire audio off. I wonder, how do I turn audio off for a tab? Here, I guess. So it's sound off, so I don't have to worry about sound playing on Spotify and getting this block, this live stream blocked or whatever. All right, so now I need a new observer. I guess it's called queue observer, and I have to watch that the queue is open, and I have the song list. Now there's two song lists now playing. We don't have to worry about it because the song is now playing. We we will assume, I guess for now we'll assume it's not blocked. So we have to worry about this list of songs, like the next up list, but also possible to Let me see. If I press add to queue, next in queue. So now anytime you have to watch for this being updated and this being updated and check if there's um, a blocked song in there near the list. We have to get the blocked songs and remove it from the queue using Spotify's hidden API. And you can see this in let me make this smaller, I think. So if you look at the elements, look at the network. So like say if I go and think it's something like commands, if I say remove from queue, yeah, so you can see here, it makes the call to this URL, connect state player command from this ID, whatever this ID is, to that command, to this ID. So we need these ID values. And I think we only get it from the queue view. And the commands we want to send is really, yeah, so we send a command based with these values. Oh, okay, that's not any prettier. So we want to send command. We don't have to worry about the logging params, but we do have to worry about we want to include these values. So we want the command to have the endpoint set queue, and we want to include the next command, the next track. So these tracks, URIs, are just from those track lists here. So we now, so like say if next in queue Macy Gray creep is blocked, we would include it. We would remove. You would have okay. So we would it would be a single array of all these values. So we would get all these values and all these values. And if this is blocked, we would remove it. Same like in this either in all of these values. Any blocked songs here, we remove it. And it would not be included in next tracks. So next tracks would be the filtered values of only unblocked tracks. That makes sense, all right. And that should be the entirety of it. So the only thing is like so anytime that we have a mutation observer to observe changes in this, so new track gets added in, we would do the same filter approach and send a request to update the queue list. Now the only thing we have to after that consider about is like so if somebody on like this being changed, somebody skips a song. Now we have to do the same thing again. Get all the queue and see check if that this song is in the queue. If it is, remove it. If not, don't do anything. But the opposite is I don't know if we have to worry about it, but like so if the opposite is this is unskipped, do you want to add it to the back of the queue? You might have to see about that. Like if it's a skip song and maybe it was possibly going to be in the queue. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Think about it. If somebody unskips a song, it shouldn't. We're not gonna worry about adding it to the queue. They can add to the queue by themselves because that's I think a specific task. Because if you're like here in the queue here and you skip a song here, why add it to the queue? There's a purpose. You start the queue's already at this place if you didn't. Okay. All right. So how do we begin? Let me just get my things in order. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. First thing we want to do is be able to get these values, right? Okay, now play. No, we don't have to worry about now playing. We want next in queue and next from like songs, or I guess next just next from because this could change based on the album or playlist value. So just we wanted just next from value. So it'd be next in queue, which is just and we could hone in that from let me see, would be the better. I don't want to hear the queue. Yeah, okay. Here, what this is the list we want. So it's a list, and it's similar for this one, where it'd be this list is it's a say a similar tree grid, and next up. So what we want is a create selector for this this list with the IR label next up, or so this could be next up or next. I guess it's next, just next up. I don't know if it's in this from. This is next up, and this is what this one was. Next in queue. All right, so let's do that. How much smaller can I make this? Okay, cool. We just want to be able to get that. So I want to have a queue.js, and I'm going to use the same, I guess, same logic, maybe. No, I haven't written Observer in a long time, so I'm going to try just keeping the same pattern. Let me see. I have a constructor, and I have a observer. Okay, let me try. I haven't written that. Okay, export class or export default class queue observer constructor. I don't know what it needs yet. I don't think you'll need anything yet, but I do want to be able to get these menu items, these list items. So it'll be um, let me see, getter, and it would be let me call one get next in queue for this one. And let me get another get okay, maybe next in queue and next up in queue, next up in queue. I don't know if that's separate enough. I'm gonna have to make that more unique. Next from queue. Next get upcoming. Next up. Next up. Next. Next from queue. Okay, whatever. Okay. So now a getter has to return a value, right? So we're gonna have to return the result of document query selected. We want to get the one the ARIA label that equals to next in queue, which is that, and it would give us. Yes, now it's a single item, but if you had multiple, let's say if I add this to queue, so now there should be two. Yeah, list items. Next in queue. And next up in queue is going to be similar, except like I said, this they have different names from it. So it has next up, or maybe changed last time I checked it. So there's a next up, and let's see if it's like say an album. Let's go up to this album. If I press play, pause, next from is still the same. Let me see. Next up, I guess it doesn't change. I thought it was changed. It's only the album name that changes. The list names doesn't change. I mean the list ARIA label doesn't change. So it'd be next up. Or we can check, okay. So we can just check here. When this thing loads, let's call const next queue. Okay, you know what? Let me call this upcoming. Or just queue list. Yeah, let me call this added to queue. And let me call this next in queue. Added upcoming. Did change. And we'll console log it. Next in queue and queue list. And we have where do we set up our observers? Let me see. I haven't worked on this code base in a little while. Well, I've done some fixes over like this past weekend, but the last changes were made like almost before this weekend was made like almost back in January. Like the last release before I released like two versions, two quick fixes. So where do I? Oh, init maybe? No, let me see. Init. This is where I, the setup for all of this stuff. Um, let me close this. Give more room. Let me make this bigger. All right. Okay. So maybe it's overload. Yep. Crazy. Let me see. Let me look up now. Playing. Where do I now play? This is one I remember. Okay, so it's an app. Okay, this is where I reload. Let's have the observers import queue observer from observers and then BQ. I'm gonna put it up here. Doesn't really matter, but I just like going from shortest to longest. And when I initialize it, so let me just this dot q server equals new key observer armor. And now let's see. Probably it's going to need to be a disconnect, but I haven't set up an observer yet in that key observer. Okay, so now, yeah, okay, so like I have hard, if you took a look at my Chrome extensions, I have a development server running with reloads it out when I make changes. Added to queue, no, okay, added to queue. Yeah, it's not a function, it's a getter, so you don't need to call it as such. So I could just go this dot, added to queue, queue list would be this dot, next in queue. I don't need these two values. Should be able to clear error. And See, QS law. Is it no? So let's see what's going on here. If I go aria label equal next into one. Oh, it's probably because like when I get we'll see. Let us see. Let us see. Oh, label equals next up, next into. Oh, okay. One of them should be, but next up should be. What is going on? Go to the area label next up. Nice. Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see. I spelled wrong. Oh, I'm missing the break. Oh, dang! I can't remember what it's called. String limiter. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there it is. So we have the queue list, at least for one of them, because there's no next up songs unless I change this to go up. See now, when something like that happens, I need a mutation observer to notice that, oh, new thing, a new element, a new track got added to this list. And this, I guess, it's still, yeah, it still stays there. Now, this is where we would need to have the mutation observer now. For that, so basing on our, I guess, the same structure we have for, let me close all this. So we have the comment interface. We have an observer. So we need for all observers we have one that I guess creates the mutation observer, and we need one that disconnects it. So that's when like either we turn this off or we close the tab. But I think it's mostly just for when we turn this off. Like if you see an app, um, disconnect. I don't know what disconnect is called really. must be a way. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it's only when it's disabled when we disable it from here, which disables the entire thing and disconnects all the observers. It's basically turning it off. All right, so don't need this. So based on that, we need a disconnect and an observe. And I want to open up our queue again. So I'm going to put observe here, observe or observer, and disconnect. Let me see. So we need a target to be this queue being open. So if it's like this, it's unopened. And I guess this block thing won't work, but I guess it's okay. It keeps your queue always open. Even if you move away, it should still work. Like, yeah, that's all we really need. That this is, I guess this feature now relies on this being open. For now, maybe we'll see how I have to keep it to work without being open. But I think all the values we require, like for that command, for that path that's showed in the network tab, it requires us to get the from and to values based off of this. And again, I think those are like Spotify creates them. So that's why it's not like a public API. Okay, so so first conceptive, we have an observer. So when we started, we have an observer field. We're going to keep it private. And so on disconnect this dot observer, we're going to reset it to null. And I think that's basically it for disconnect, unless we see some other values. I don't need to say that, okay? Okay, so now we'll copy this logic and just update what we require. So our target is meter elements. Our target is let's see if I can just make this smaller. This is not really important. Our target is, let's say, this entire aside. Maybe. Yeah, we just want it to be aware that it's open, so we want it to be um, assigned and with aria label equals q. And we want to be specific because I think there's an aside for now playing to, and that one's now playing view. So just let's be specific. So if we see that aside, What do we want to do? So we have the target. We have no. Okay, we need to pass in a handler for it. We can pass it in within here, or we can extract it out. It looks like I extracted it out to its own method. And I don't know why I have it. I guess this is to signify that it's private methods, private getters. But there's no such thing as, I guess, private implementation in JavaScript. So initially we would watch, I guess, for any changes to this entire block. But we can also just check if our if we have these values at all added to queue and next in queue. So when we have our, let's say, mutation handler, let's, I guess, use the same logic. Might as well be consistent, otherwise we have to update it in all of them. And what does this return? We don't have to do anything for it. Let's just see what happens, I guess. We get the mutations list. Yeah, so we have, let me see if I remember, mutation observer. So we create a new one that has a callback, and the callback has an array of mutation records. Yeah, okay, so mutations list, and we have the mutation list. And I don't think we have to make use of it. Let me turn it off. I don't need all these errors. I'm not getting any. Maybe it's not in view. Oh no, okay, it changed it to, wait, what is this? Whoa. Change it to a mobile view, which I do not want. Oh no, okay. Why is this so weird? Okay. Oh, okay, I never called observe. We're gonna go to app, and where I start observing, this is where I want to call observe for the queue. observer.observe. Oh, why do I not know how to spell, man? All right. Oh, we should have something logged. Let me see. If I close it and open it. Restart. Yeah, okay, I need the child list. That maybe that thing is okay. I think maybe this aside is like too specific. 'Cause I don't think anything changes unless let me see if I let me see if I add the queue here. Still don't get no logs. If I go to like songs, start playing from like songs. Okay, maybe let's try changing to entire document body, like the overarching thing. For sure, this should. But maybe not see. Failed SQ3 undocumented. Not a valid selector. What is going on? Document body is a valid. I know. Okay. Let's try going back. See maybe. doing something. Async. We're not making async calls, so we have mutation list. Okay, let's try. Let's not worry about mutation list because maybe let's try. Let's see if hmm, so we only want to actually observe stuff if okay, what is going on? Let me see. It's weird. They should be able to at least observe. Let me see if we are getting target. Maybe it's just a matter of maybe waiting until this has loaded, but it should be loaded by the time, or maybe not. Okay, so it does load. If it does load, then what is the problem? Are we observing it though? We gotta see how this thing works again. I haven't used it in a while. Okay, an array of mutation records describing each change that occurred. So if I make a change here, so if I go add to queue, I should make a change in here, the child list, which I have. Okay, maybe let me try going up higher. Is this, do I need this? This one is, okay. Let me try. Oh no, that's main. That won't work. Where is the aside? Main view container. Okay, so the div ID main, root. Really only need, let me see. Let me just try this and let's go to, let's use this as a target. I don't need to, and see if there's any changes. We should get observer changes, but that's probably too frequent, which I don't want. Okay, wait, there's something off. Because observe. Oh, okay, no, wait, okay, let me see. So, what's going on? Appling observer, set it up, and whatever, it's not really important. And I disconnect it. Disconnect the observer. This AQ, or I guess no, I have to do this dot observer dot disconnect. Call this disconnect function on it. If it's not null, and the same thing for app, which would be disconnect. Something's amiss. This observer is not being called. Even if I make changes, like I drag this, that should have a response. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, let's see what's happening. Stations list. Let me just write it as an inline function. I don't know what's happening. and not call serve on it without the target. And the options child list. Let me get rid of this first. And console dialog mutations list. What I'm thinking is maybe by the time I call this, the main is already like fully loaded. Maybe there'll be nothing. Or like the first instance, there will be nothing to show. And maybe subsequent ones there will be something to show. Like so, if I get rid of this and I put this, there's no changes to the body. If I navigate away, go to. Okay, there's errors, but I don't know what if it's the same errors. Error block back client not found. No, these aren't errors. Okay, let's see what's here. Target. No, this is old. It's an old error. Unclear the errors. Let's see. No errors. Okay, about this. Even for changes. I don't know why I can't use body for the overall. Oh wait, it is working for body. I don't know. So as its own mutation record, a child list. Let me see how often I get that mutation. Oh yeah, see, it's everywhere I make like. Because that's the tooltip showing. Let me. I can't I use target though? It doesn't change. Add. Do I go up level? Give that. Okay, let me see. Let me think about this. Do I have to observe for changes? So now maybe it's I have to do this manually where instead of so I have a song changer, right? So maybe instead of that, I have used my song changer as observer where on a song, so okay, song play starts playing, I get all the key values, and then then update them, filter the block songs. All right, so the next song changes. So it goes from it's filtered, it goes from here to here, and then now I do the same thing. So only on song changes that I maybe that will work better. So I don't have to worry about like this. I don't need to observe this. I wait for a song to change, then I check this list. So maybe this is just this does nothing. I don't need to observe and maybe this does not need to be an observer. This just needs to be some kind of like a helper, a model. Yeah. So queue. So I have add to queue, get from queue. Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to app and disconnect it. I don't. For now, let me comment it out and disconnect. Let me just go to where I made the changes and anywhere else. So, and I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. Let me close this. I don't need nothing. I don't need it. Yeah. Maybe I do need it. Okay, I have the song tracker or something here. Right? Song tracker. New song tracker. So if I have a new song tracker, I have to pass in the queue for it. And yeah, models. Yeah, okay, let me rename to so I don't need to instantiate in there. So let me go to I don't need observe, application handler, or disconnect. Don't know what I need the constructor for, but let's keep it for now. So on song tracker, is it song tracker or song changer? Let me see. What? Handle shared. Okay, let me see. Song tracker. Okay, so let's go. This dot queue equals new queue. And let me get import queue from where is the song tracker? Oh, it's in observers? Oh, okay, maybe I should just kept it in. Oh, okay, got it. I don't know, it's acting like an observer. It's not like, in a sense, it is observing, like waiting. So that's why I kept it there, waiting for song changes. but it's not like a communication observer. Um, so it makes sense being there. Uh, all right, so it's one up, and it's in, and I have to go into models. All right, so key from models, Q. This might have to change as well. I don't know. Okay, new Q. All right, so now this is where should have stuff at. So my bad. So on song change, I think let me see where is this function? So I have to break this. So on song change, now this is where another one. On song change, I should be able to get these values and these values, but I guess that's only if this is open. If it's not, then it will return null, right? Okay, so on song change, that's when I would update this filter. But the thing is, I don't want to just update a single song, right? So here, there's 3 songs I know should not be in the queue. So I have to, in my queue, I have to get, I need an observer to get, not observer, need a function to get all these blocked songs. Now, this is where it's kind of weird because I have a storage session where I store the songs in this kind of way. Let me see if I can make this prettier. Let me session storage. Oh no, wait. Object item. Let's go. Cool. Oh God. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So yeah. So I save the artist or a list of artists if it has multiple, and the ID to make it unique is just the song name and the artist list. And if it's skip, if it's a snip, start time, end time, title, track ID, URL, and cover image. Because I need most of these values for here and here, right? Cover artist for here, yeah, stuff like that. So what I want is I have to get all of the all the blocked songs. So where it says it's skipped, so from the session storage. So get blocked. Let me say block tracks. And I guess mostly all I know I need is a track ID because each of these track have a track ID and I just filter based on that. So that's the most unique thing because you can have two songs with similar titles, but they have a separate track ID. So maybe one's a single and one's an album cut, something like that. So I would have to. This is where I would need to. Oh, let me change this to Q. This is where I need to access my store, the session queue, and how do I do that? Let me see. I have the stores and I have a cache. I have store status, there's cache. Cache is probably the cache gets it from where? Session storage, okay. So from the session story, I need to get all. Yeah, maybe I just have this either just keep it defaults like this where I just get single values and update, and maybe no, I want this would get the entire store. Maybe I'll just add a method to just get blocked tracks. And this is like specific. Let me see if I can just get those cache. See if I can just get the store. But how am I accessing the cache store? How am I accessing the store? Store. I think from data. Data has the cache store. And I guess I could just give me the entire cache. No, data store does get, yeah, so this is where the cache is just the default one. And the cache store, so when I call populate, this is the one where it gets the entire store. Hey, this one populates the entire store. Populates it. And I won't be able to get the store. Just not planning to get reverb. Use store. Okay, so store. So for here, I want get blocked tracks. I want to expose this function. How does this work? So I have to go this dot cache. Oh no. Okay, this dot cache. I should just get return this dot cache, right? This dot cache. And so now I would have to get, I guess, just to get the tracks would be get all all the storage key values that has by them. Reverb has so it have to be whatever has to match the pattern. So either I match a pattern where it has string and then specifically by and then followed by string, or just by. By is specific enough because none of them have it other than these. Okay, can I? Let me see. That because sessions Jason. How do I get all the keys? Okay, I go dot populate. I think it's get item. If I place no, it should get all of them, right? No? Huh. Jason dot raw Jason. I put maybe decent off string file. Yeah, okay. Decent off string file. And then if I put, can I dot keys? It's an object dot keys. Yeah, okay, no. Jason dot parse the string of values. Yes, okay. Perfect. 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 Okay, that gets me to keys, but whatever this is, let me see. The keys. And so that means I can just go, I need an array, so it'll be of the values. Probably better, like if I save the ID inside as well. So I have, I guess if I go sheep, Oh God, why skip to second two lines? I don't include the. Oh no, wait, I do. Oh, that's even better. So all I need is the lose my mind now. So I get the cache, and filter by the ID, which will be like, let me see. So I only need the values actually, not, I need object of values. Did I not do that? Yeah. It gives it to me as an array, right? And my filter x dot dot id dot includes by. Okay, so maybe I have to on dot parse x first, and then I have to, if it has the ID, because some of them are just single string values. Like you have there token, you have none. Some of them are not objects. So if I maybe parse it first, then check if it has an ID, and then check if it includes keyword. Okay, so I check if it's. So I have to try check first. Okay. Let me just start working out here in code. Okay. Const the cache would equal this dot cache, which is because the so it would be I want a JSON dot what did I do? JSON dot parse and let's stringify this dot cache. And I also want object dot values, or I turn to an object and get all the values. So now that I have the cache as an array, I want to I'll take the cache and filter cache state cache values. I'll use our filter value. Okay. Now this is where I try. but JS equals parse. Okay, let parse equals JSON dot parse value. So if it catches, then you just return false. Right, so if it's parsable, parsed dot then dot ID dot includes. Okay, so if it has ID, oh no, I include the ID. Where is it? Yeah, title, start time, artist, ID. Okay, so if not ID, then just return false as well. Otherwise, you want to return if ID dot includes by in it. I think that makes sense. And we want to return the filtered values. Okay. And so, okay, let's go to this. I don't know why this changes anything. Don't need this. And I want to, how am I going to access the store from here? So the song tracker access the store. Song tracker does not access the store. Or it does from data.create access the store. Okay. No, this is where is kind of overload is happening. Where do I want to get? I want to use the store, or do I want to use? Let me see. Song state, shared values. No. Okay. Also, there's also data current. That's the current data that access the store. A showing modal, song ID, get playback values, read globals. Yeah, I think this would be a good place to have it. Well, because I don't want to, since I already have access to it, why not just use it? Let's see, get blocked block tracks. And so this dot store dot get block tracks, I think it's the same. I don't know. I don't think it's async. I don't know why I have async for most of this stuff. I think the session store have it as async, accessing it, but I think it's pretty like maybe it's not. But since I put it as a okay, so I get it from current store, and data would be. I guess I have to make this async as well, which I don't get. Oh, okay. some of it's already synced because it calls a dispatcher, which the messaging service I use. So maybe that's why. If I'm not, the cache itself is not async. Accessing it, I don't have it as async, so it should be fine. Just being, and that means this has to have the queue. I'll go back to current. What I have current. Let's not make it async. I just have a return. Maybe it is a getter. Let's start. Song tracker, and I have queue. So do I want the queue to access song track what is it? Am I using current data? Current data. Oh, so I don't. I just access it. So okay, I don't need to worry about passing. Okay, so using it from here. I mean, like passing as into a queue. I just access it myself. Import current data. And it's symbols. Spaces, okay. Let me return current data dot block tracks. Now let's go back to song tracker and see. Based on the queue. And this is where most of it's going to happen, where on song change, let's log the blocked tracks, which would be this dot queue dot block tracks. Nope, it should not be 0. It should not be empty. Okay, let me see. Console.log dot cache values. Oh no. Cache values. Console.log ID. And let's say is track equals ID dot includes by, what am I doing? Okay, so hold up, right? I don't know if that's a real song, but include if it includes by, that should be right. Okay, yeah. Oh, what is going on? This dot cache. Oh my god, what is going on? Say cache. Based on cache. Should be the cache, right? Okay, what's going on with it? Yeah, cache store. Oh no, no, no. I don't want the cache store. Cache store dot cache. How do I get okay? See that's the problem. So cache store. Let me try if I get the cache. Just return the stock cache. I haven't set it private, but I just want to get the value. Now I'm just thinking like, why don't I just go get it from instead of going to cache? Why don't I just bypass that and just get the use the session storage? Because this is a reference to the cache store. You see here, cache is new cache store. It's not the cache itself. Okay, let me try. I'll try that again. Yeah, okay. So there's 62 block songs. Really? Let me see. There's no 62 blocks. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't filter that. Okay. Return includes by, so you want and parsed dot is skipped. You want to include that. I don't have that much skip songs currently. Should be like I think less than 10, maybe. 3? Okay, 3, yeah, 3. But yeah, what is the 3 right there? Phoebe Bridgers and then Caroline Polachek, yeah. These are the skip songs. Okay, yeah. This is good. This is good. Um, close this. We don't need this no more. Yeah, we need that try catch because I think you can't. It's not going to parse a string such as the whatever it was. Like some of our values are just key values, not key to object. Yes, that's why we need to have a try catch block there. Easy enough. Probably don't even need to check if the ID includes by because I think only the tracks have values of have an object as a value. The rest just key value pairings to string to string. But whatever. Okay, so we got block tracks, which is fine. Now you don't have to worry about this. Don't have to worry about probably a good time to commit, but like there's not yet. Now when do we use this? Add to queue the next in queue. So we have a song tracker. If a song when song starts playing, or like when the page first loads, this is called all the way up here. And this is when listeners should set up to watch for changes in this value, really. Or when you click next, play, pause, whatever, or song changes. So if a song changes called, and this is when we would get what we have here. So now, if a song is skipped, this is where we just automatically click next on it. So skip it, skip it, skip it. Now this is what we're trying to like bypass. Instead of just skipping next, we won't have to have a check for if it's skipped because there should never be if it's skipped. Ideally, where the key would handle that because it'll just be like the next song will not be this value or this value, this value will just be the rest. And that should work, I think, regardless of what's in the queue. But it might be more difficult because if someone clicks shuffle on the queue, yeah, well, let's say someone clicks shuffle on it, you would have to like manually check for that. See, that's what I'm kind of wanted the observer here. I don't think it's possible to shuffle the queue. This is a thing from a different. This is from this plugin. Let me, if I remove it. This is why I think like should be a way to just like if you're a developer making a code extension, you should have a way to just disable it instead of having to go there and go whatever. I want it to be able to just like inside of it, just like toggle everything off. Anyway, so because I think that was, I mean, now I'm gonna reload the page because of that extension. So see, there's no like shuffle in the queue. If I, other than maybe if I go, where is shuffle? Shuffle? Yeah, but that's easy. So like this is I'll just have something like on the button. If this button is clicked, then I just go and check this again. Is there a block song in here? If there is, remove it. There'll be like smoke signal, so I have to remove it. Easy enough. Also, I guess when it's shuffled or when someone actively goes add to queue, or maybe I just have something like start add to queue. If the song is blocked, no, sorry, maybe you can add to queue if it's from here. If it's not, the song's not there. Maybe from here, like if someone add to queue from here, but maybe I just block that as well. If song is blocked, I mean, song is blocked. Well, I'll maybe just remove this option for it. Or maybe not, but like if someone adds the queue here from here, oh, I don't know. I have to think about that. Or if someone adds it to queue, maybe they want to unblock it. I would. Someone adds to queue, maybe I just mark the song as unblocked now because this is a deliberate action. Maybe if you want to bypass it, because I don't want to. I don't know. One at a time. So we have the block tracks. So if we have a block, okay, this is good. Let me go and try to actually just like commit some of these changes. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So I have, say what I didn't on this app. I guess I could probably just reset this. Whatever is here, there's key observer. Just kind of commented out, but I don't think I need any of it anymore. Yeah. So git restore models. App. Don't need that no more. Git diff stores. I need the stores, I guess. I have that in there. And I need the cache. Let me see. So I need the stores. The observer I need is current. Get diff data. Current. Yeah. Wonder maybe this doesn't need to be a method, or can it just be a getter as well? This is a getter. Maybe this needs to be a getter. No, not song tracker. Data current. No, it's in the store. It's just getting values. And now the an error, and you just why don't check for like console.log that I don't need. Yeah. Wait, why is it still showing? Console. Oh, I didn't just update it. Okay. So let me put it to, okay, so I have, so get add data, whatever's in data, get add whatever's in stores. Okay, comment. I'm gonna add this feature where, you know, to get locked tracks stored. Or I don't know to call it something, just get block tracks from store. And observer diff observers. Yeah, so it doesn't change the observers. But I kind of don't like that. When it's like, I'm gonna move it up here. I mean, there's no point, but you know what to do, and move this up here, or keep it here. It's a model. These are like utils. Wait, maybe move all of these up here. Oh, I don't know. Okay, don't worry. No, I'm not gonna worry about too much. Okay. And just the one would be uh, Q model to Q model. Q model would be to I guess Update the queue. I mean, that's the queue model. What's in it? Queue model. Model to get blocked. To get tracks in the queue. We'll worry about the blocking part later. Let's push it up. Okay, so let's see. How long is this been going? Okay, this is 2 hours. Oh damn. Okay. Um. So for the next part, we can get all these at any time we want. It's based on add to queue and action queue, and that's on song change, right? So now we want to be able to. We have all these track values. We want to be able to get the IDs of of these elements, these list elements. Like so, you can see if you have that's a button. We need to. We can. I guess we can either get it by these values, or what's another way to get it? Uh, yeah. Okay. So we want to be able to get the song list in the queue, and you could get it from. Well, this is a song list, but like it doesn't give you much information about it. Like you would need to know the ID, like, ID and stuff, which is like I think like the so if we can just and that'll be this div we have that's the title, so it'll be the ID we attach to it, but or no, it's not. It's fine. So can't go that way. Next approach is this is where we have to use the Spotify on private APIs. Well, not private. I mean, you can view it, but it's not just like documented. So this is what we're trying to connect to. So if you look at here, connect state. So that's the device ID capabilities. Okay. So that's the payload. So it makes to connect to devices and gives us this ID, which is important. So when that request is made, Spotify will loads up the song values. We need to we need to capture this ID, and you can see the payload is whatever it sends. Doesn't matter. We're gonna send the same stuff. We're gonna send this exact same stuff, these values to to get the same response. So it gets player state and next tracks. This is what we want. So if you look at, because this doesn't give us the ID of the tracks, but using that request does, we get next tracks, which is what we really want, which is would be, I think, these value. Oh well, just whatever is in the queue. This is the queue that Spotify keeps, and I think this would probably the current track. Like if you look at Heart of the Woods, uh, I don't know what is the current Spotify. Okay, so if I like share like copy song link, a copy song link here. The ID is 1SNAD, whatever, 1SNA, and that's the current track. Track is the current track, so we don't have to worry about that really. What we want is the next tracks, and so that would mean next track is 5CS, probably be this one. If we do the same thing, share copy song link. 5CS, yeah, perfect. And it gives us like what I think 80 tracks at a time in the queue, or maybe more. It's about 80, 84, 85. That's what we want. We don't care about the rest of this. Not really. Maybe there's some usage we can use later, but not really. We don't not concerned about that yet. So we want to make this request to get like the current state of it whenever this changes. So all we need to know is because ideally all we want is always know the values here, right? And let's see what else is there. Um, Yeah, okay, alright. Take me a second look at this. Alright, so oh yeah, so next tracks holds all of this stuff, all of these tracks. It doesn't differentiate between, but we want to be able to, or maybe we don't need to. I was thinking maybe we need to differentiate between the next in queue and the next from necklace, but if we wanted to, we could, because this is in queue. I guess there's one, two, three, four, five songs in queue. So the sixth one should be context, which should just be this. Con- well, yeah, so four, so zero base, one, two, three, four, five. These are the tracks based on the context that I mean on the provider that's in the queue, and this the upcoming would be the one that has context in it. And maybe this kind of solves our problem where we have if a user specifically adds it to queue, then maybe we don't skip it. Maybe because this is like a willing act. If you add a song, even if it's skipped, you add it to the queue. Maybe you want to listen to it just one time. Then maybe we don't. We just ignore songs in the queue, next in queue, and don't remove it. We'll see. Maybe there's something to consider later on because I'm thinking of like creating like a settings for to toggle some of these features. Like maybe you you want like keep snip functionality on, but you don't want to ever look at like the effects. You want to keep the snip on, but you want to turn the effects off, stuff like that. Instead of like turning completely everything off. And like you like a song, just a plain song with a snip, but you don't want any effects. Something like that. I don't know. Something to ideate on, just to make a note of it. But now let's see. Let me see. Or I guess it has a it's cute. Yeah, that's another thing to look at. Instead of provider, we can just look at the metadata and see if it is queued. All right, whatever. Either case, we need to make the same request manually whenever maybe the song changes. But even if but it's not like we're making a request all the time, so it'd just be like we can when the song changes, we can just check this list first, see if there's any block songs first, and then we can make this request. So you don't have to. It's not a request making a request every song change. It might just be a while before we need to, which is not as intensive. All right, so now the question is, how do we get this value, right? The device ID, we can, this is, wait, is this just our, let me see something. Because I think it looks like this will just be our, what is it, 09? Let's see if I go into the session storage dot get item device ID. Yeah, so this is just our device ID. So we already have access to it because we've been saving it. So we can make this request, at least the URL is valid. And now for the parameters, we send the exact same thing. Is there anything specific that we need to? No, we don't. Okay, we can just send this exact same thing or whatever. Let's see. Need full player state true. Can be played. Yeah, so we just copy this exact same thing. We send this and then we get a response. And then we only get next tracks. We get the entirety of next tracks, and then if we want to filter, we'll filter based on the URI or the, yeah, I guess we have Spotify, we have the IDs, track IDs of our block sounds. We just have to maybe just append Spotify on our track and compare the URIs to it. And then filter those out, and then we to send it back. We'll worry about that after that. But let's worry about just like getting our just making a call first. Okay, so now we want to make a call, make this call. So we have a fetch util. So we have this kind of service where for players and stuff, right? And we have, and now this will be a separate player service. So we're gonna call it I don't know, let's call it Q. I don't know, I don't really care what the name and stuff. And from Q, we need to make this request. We need our device ID based on this URL, right? So let's go to Q. Actually, let's go. Let's copy one of these functions and put it in Q. And let's get Q list, and this API is going to be whatever this is. Oh god. And let's find and delete till the end. And this we don't need to delete till the end as well. So that's the base URL. And I guess export. Get Q list. We don't need anything for it really. We get the device ID. So for the body, the payload we want to get oh god, okay, maybe it's better just copying it like this. Body. Oh god, it's ugly. I remember ID. Oh, I don't like this at all. I do not. Wait, what did I do? So we have member type, connect state, device. It's gonna be stringify anyway, so I don't need all these capabilities. Can be player, it's false, and it's true, needs full player state. It's true, I guess. It doesn't really matter. And we have that. And wait, what? How much? For this device info should be done. We don't need this, okay. This one looks like it's parsed. Member state, I don't know why they don't do it per member type. So we have member type and device. And device has capabilities. And capabilities can be player, hidden, and true. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. That's a body. And this is a put request. Okay, good. We get the device ID and it would be the API URL, and then it would be, we just have the device ID there. That's Hobbs device ID. Perfect. Seems pretty simple enough. Okay. And so from our models, we want import get keylist. And this would be an async function. Let's call it get keylist. Or okay, maybe not. Get your tracks, I don't know. Q. And that's console.log keylist. Okay, if we, so our response would be, what we want is the player state. Let's put an extract would be keylist.players player state next. Let's assume we get something right. We have next tracks and after, okay, let's console log next tracks. Do step by step. So again, extracts and we have to worry about getting lock tracks and then filtering based on lock tracks. Yeah. Oh, well, we don't actually. get cute called cute tracks anyway. Let's go to song tracking and song change. Let's call await this dot q dot get cute tracks. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Might be an error. Let's see if there's any errors. Can I read properties that are undefined reading local? That is weird. This got stored tracks. This dot is this recent or let me just reload? Can I local? Okay, so it's not a local. What is going on? What is going on? Can see services queue have this API. To be able to access get state, right? Get state device ID. Because I've used it and I wait to get device ID. But it's saying I can't access get state. Can I read properties or undefined reading local state? Get state number 24 chrome.storage.local. Result. I don't even need to get it from get state. Or can I just get it from session storage? Where do I get request? Request, kills request. Body, get auth header, up token. I don't even need to get off. Do I go to network? I go to connect state. Does it even take see what's in the header? Yeah, it takes the header on the bear token. Well, not doing nothing, man. What's going on? Mm. So Chrome is not available here. Which I don't understand. Um, storage. Local. It's there. Yeah. And when it cuts again, Chrome. Okay, see, that's the problem. This is thing. Okay, it's there first, and then it's not. So the storage is there if it's called from. It's called from the background script. So I guess most of these service calls are sent to the background. Yeah, okay, I can do that as well. So I have to dispatch an event. So I have to go, oh yeah, let me get yeah. I remember now. Okay, so for you making an event to make it a call, fetch call. Well, I guess for almost all of these, you can see play like say play share track. This is in song tracker. So create a dispatcher. I have a dispatcher. I send an event to. So to get. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to make the dispatcher here. Q should have its own dispatcher. Yeah, let's go with that. So Q will have its own dispatcher. So what happens is I send an event, dispatch an event. It goes to content script, which listens to all the messages, post messages, whatever, from any content script, which would be whatever, it could be what all I guess mostly all files are, except for the background script. So this is the event. It's sensitive to the background script, and that's where I make the call, use the service there. And then I get the response back. Do I get the response back? Yes. So what I do is now get key list. So yes, that was a state because it was calling it from the content script, not from the background script. That's why this get state this call was failing. Easy enough. Easy fix. So let me close so here I need a dispatcher. Dot dispatcher. I don't need, yeah, let me instantiate it because I'm going to have two dispatches. I'm going to dispatch two events. One to get the key list. Dispatch key list. And let me see how it works again. I don't need I send an event. Okay, let me just copy it and say sync. And I'm not gonna use it outside of here. Just gonna so what do I want? Call this. I'm gonna call it Q list, Q.list, and I don't know, same Q.list, and I think I don't need no values. I don't know if let's just have it set to null or an empty list. Don't know. We'll find out. So what happens when I dispatch an event? I just wait for it. Dispatch. Play share song. Yeah, I wait for it. Hopefully, do I get a response back? Yeah, I think I get a response back. I would hope. I'm always dispatching. I'm not. It looks like I'm not waiting for the return value. Okay, yeah, I do. Okay, at least an example of it. Which is good. Okay, which is good. Now that I'm looking at this code, it doesn't seem bad. Like I was thinking about like maybe now doing like a major effector, but I was like, there's some good patterns here. Response. Or yeah, let me just get the return whatever the result of this is. So here on get queue list, I would await this dot dispatch queue list, and I guess the response will be whatever queue list is. Response. Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter what I call it. And dispatch. So I send this event, and I have to listen for the event in the content script. So I have, let's put queue dot list, and that's what send background message. Let me see. What kind of events do I have? Yeah, send background message. So I have two kinds of events where it's just like a fetch request. All these are like making requests, and you can only and I need to get access to those storage first, right? So I have to send to background script first. But for the other ones like populate, they're not making fetch requests, just accessing the storage, yeah, Chrome dot local storage. Not the local storage, but whatever it's called. Dot Chrome, the storage for the Chrome extension. And it just returns the values. Okay. And the request type, so the response will be play share queue list response. All right, so I send background message, and in the background script, background. I'm listening to messages somewhere here. let's see, play. Yeah, so message handler, and the message handler would be the our our service. That's it. So it'd be get key list. Whatever it's a service. Yeah, there it is. Get key list from services. Yeah, this will go first now. And that should be it. We have queue list. State error, network was not okay. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go to network tab. Wait, network response was not okay. I don't, let's go to state and clear. No, let me just go. Let's restore whatever utils state. It was just a console log there. I don't need it anymore. All right, so play queue.list. What is state.error network response was not okay. And so okay, let's open up the inspector first. So we make the request. Let's oh god. Yeah, I guess everything. So we make the request. Let's reload. And let's network. We see. All right, let's see what's happening. 400. Require at least one of callback URL or X Spotify connection ID. Okay. So we need to include this in our uh, authorization header. So we have our auth. So normal. Let me see if so normal request includes. I'm missing something from. Let's see. On initial load, if I go to Spotify, what am I missing in our headers? Installation ID, connection Spotify, X Spotify connection ID. And is that, let me see, network. Oh, we're looking at the United States, right? Okay, so on the headers, we have a bearer token, client token, and X connection smart ID. That's what we were missing. That's why, how do we get that? Now I don't have to worry about getting that now. Okay, let's see. So, oh, why isn't this the first? Let's move it to be first. Okay, so we have why is this so hard? Okay. Connection ID empty EX. How do we get that? Let's see. Do I already have it in session storage? Okay. Doesn't look like it. Device ID. No. Connection ID. Connection ID. No. That's something you have to get now. Okay. Okay. This will be fun. So we have the device ID. We can get that. And easy enough because I know how to get it. We get it accessing, I think it's mostly this. I don't know if we actually need this URL anymore. That's Spotify.com, but because devices will get as the author. Where am I getting device ID then? Device, okay, playback. Oh, the same one. Track playback. Okay, I guess I could maybe. Okay, so here we get a raw body. I get data and I set device ID. Let's see if in data we have some kind of connection ID as well. Kill two birds, one stone. Then we can just set it here. It's probably there. Let's see. And that would probably be shown over here in the background. Oh, console.data, console.log. Oh man. Okay. Data. So we have our data. We have client version connection ID right there. Okay. We have this where we got our device ID from. And we can get our connection ID as well. This will be good to keep sometime. Because I do plan on adding a volume bar here, maybe. I think that's probably what one thing that's missing from here from the pop-up is a volume bar and like the settings thing I mentioned where you can toggle some of these features on and off, not just the entire extension functionality. So it is let's call it connection ID. That's what they call it. That's what it was called. So connection ID. So the data dot I think just data dot connection ID is so easy. Connection ID. I think I need to call it to string. I don't remember why, but it makes sense. Wait, can I set what I set multiple? I remember. Let's see if you can set multiple at once. or do I have to set both at a time? We'll see. And let's see session. Okay, so if we have a new value connection ID, we have to go back to our stores. I think it's data and uh, include that field over here. So that is so when populate is called, we don't wait. When my turn? Oh, okay. So one thing about it's skipped. Let's see if I remember. Oh, so yeah. So the thing this was like maybe like a fallback function, a guard from before we had a skipped value. So this thing is just used to set a default is skipped based on an end time value. If I like a track doesn't have a skip time, you just set it to false. If it doesn't have a is skip property, then we okay. If it doesn't have a is skip property, then we set it to false. I think default, yeah, I'll skip off tracks have a default end time value of just the track length and the start time on 0. Yeah, so that's why we have to of the this do not include keys. So we don't want to we can't check for non non object keys. No, what am I saying? What I'm saying is there are keys like that are not like reverb or reverb path or not device ID where they won't have an is skipped. They won't. Yeah, so we want to skip those values that aren't an object. Really, basically, that's what I'm saying. Skip all the values like enable device ID or whatever, because you don't need to check if it has an skip property. I guess this becomes longer. We'll probably leave a to do to fix this. It's just like if I add a new key, I have to include it in this list, which is it seems weird. Instead, I have to. It would be better to just see if I can parse it. Yeah, that's what I probably want. If it's parsable, like here, reverb would not be parsable. Enable would not be parsable. Well, the value of it, the value, if the value is not parsable, then we can just skip it. So you don't have to keep including the do not include key. Let's put a to do here. And we will not have and not required. Yeah, okay. Maybe we'll just do it right after. But I just want to get this working first. So let's have connection ID and let's put sessions, storage, dot get item, connection ID. Yeah, okay. So see, so now it's like the device that you can use all the time, we have to account for that for the connection ID as well. So where we have, let's go to background again. wherever we have device ID. I have to also include connection ID because there's changes. Because the device ID changes, the connection ID changes as well. Maybe that's it. What else do I need to be worried about? And also maybe init has something device ID related. So if it's an event app enabled or that the connection ID changes, I have to be wary of it. And I've got connection ID. I have to update this, I think. I have to look into maybe refactoring this. I don't know if it doesn't error, then nothing's wrong. Okay, that's what I say. All right, okay, so queue list, network request not okay. Okay, so now let's get back to what we were doing. So I have the auth header, right? So now I have to include the whatever X Spotify connection ID, which just be the connect tag. So now let me see. Get auth header. Now, does every request require it? I don't know. So let me just see if I make a request that is not connect state. Does it include like say if I call not client token. Does this include the Spotify Connect? No. All right, so I have to update this. Guess if set options, I have to somehow oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, we have to pass it. How do I differentiate that to include? Yeah, okay. First of all, let's just get off, yeah, and get whatever it's called, X Spotify connection ID. Okay, the header, and this would be the connection ID. Connection ID. Okay, set options. Let me see. Wait, what is? Oh, deleted it. Alright. Yeah, we need to add a just add a connect flag that set to false. If connect, then I wait get connect. I'm just gonna call connect header. I'm getting sick of making it longer. Get connect header. Let me just return it. Why am I? Same as this. Delete, delete, delete. Return, delete, or make a single line. Delete. Okay. Otherwise, return that. And let's spread it out. Connect header. Oh no, what would it be? Oh god, okay. What is the return? I have to. So let me see if it's connect and let me so the X Spotify connection ID which equals to connect header. Really hate it. Connect header. Oh, the information missing. That no, okay, so or I guess null in this case. So if it's not null, let's put it last. It was long, it's longer. And I think that works. I don't know if it has to be lowercase, but for the uppercase one as well. I guess all of them could be lowercase. Whatever. Whatever, man. I'm tired of it already. Queue list. Error again. Let's see what is happening here. Bad request. Let's see. So we're sending a connect authorization. Yeah. I didn't include the connect. Okay, so let's go back to our service, our queue service, and let's add in that flag. Connect to true. And let's see. Completed, yes. State, data, yes. Devices, player state, nice. Nice, we got it. Okay. So it's keylist.data. Okay. Did I? Now, okay, so we can close this. We can, whatever this is, let's close it for now. Keylist, it's keylist.data. Keylist.data. Dot player state. And that should get us our next tracks. Exactly. That's beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. It's awesome, man. Now, the filtering. Filter, filter, blocked. You want to filter it round or filter unblocked? I don't know it. Filter unblocked. Tracks. So we need our tracks. Uh, so want to return track. Okay, okay. So we have. Wait, I wonder if we. What am I? I don't. Uh, so if we have our. I'm trying to see something. Maybe we don't even. Let me see. Our AirPod is dying. 10%. Oh, I have noise cancellation on. Okay. I'm gonna switch to the other ones. Are dead as well. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll see where we end up. So probably a good ending spot. This is 3 hours. Okay, so yeah, let's stop for now, maybe. And the idea that I'm going on now is, do I even need this added to queue and next in queue anymore? Because if we can access our tracks anytime we want, right? Oh no, maybe we do. So I was thinking if we can just get the tracks here, we just compare with our block tracks. But we don't want to do this for every request, every change. Oh, next track, and then we have to get our tracks again. That's why we had this initially, so we can. Yeah, all right. We keep it on. So for next time, we take a break. So we get our tracks. So we have our tracks already. And to filter it, we're gonna get all of these tracks. Yeah, all right. So yeah, so every track we have right here. we we don't need the ID, the track ID. We just need to get the ID, snip ID, or whatever you want to call it. We don't need the Spotify track ID. We just need our personal ID for it. So our ID for this would be "Let the Cards Fall" by the artist name Jamila Woods and so forth like that. So we have this. We bundle it together, and then for our filter tracks, we have we have this the Spotify track ID for it. We take our all of these and we take all added tracks in next in queue, filter it out to filter out all the block tracks in it using the ID, and from those, oh no, wait, filter out the ID, blocked IDs. Yeah, okay. From here to here, filter out the ones that have the block tracks. Oh no, filter out the ones that don't have the block. Wait, what's my mind? Add to queue. So this is a list of every track here. So if and block tracks would be just the ones that are blocked here and here and here. So if it's in here, so all I gotta do is filter unblock tracks. So that should be like remove these 3 tracks if it's in the queue. So I guess if it's in the visible queue, remove the tracks if it's so if I remove them and then just update it with all the unremoved tracks. All right, yeah. So we'll take a pause here. Continue from there. Okay, hungry. All right, man. Thanks for watching. And how do I stop? So if I stop sharing, and we'll do a part 2 or whatever part it is next later on.